bitches walking around half naked. And I'm cold as shit. That's every time, man. That's the Edomites, man. And yeah, man, so it's saying, so that's like the brother said, man, like they destroyed it. So like, yo, just like if you in the and now I'm not comparing us to dogs, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just compared to like a wild animal. And we not wild animals because we are highly intelligent people.
We are the most intelligent people.
Exactly. Because how was we that? Because the Lord gave us the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know? We taught them goddamn crackers how to live, man, how to wash their ass and all that, man.
We showed the Egyptians astronomy.
Right.
Abraham did that.
Right. But yo, check this out. So you got so if you had a dog and shit, right? Now this animal's wild. It's not to your likeness. Let's put it like that. It ain't the way that you want it to be. So you put a chain on it. You know? Depending on how far you want the dog to go in or whatever. You know? So now you gotta tame it. So now you got the dog train it. Now the dog got the chainers next so it can only run but so far. Once it gets to that certain point, it knock you back and shit. You know? Once you get to that certain point. Now, so many times of doing that, the dog gonna be like, yo, I don't even want to run no more, man. It's gonna be like, yo, once I get to this point, I'm done. Fuck it. Now, you can take the leash off the dog, the chain off the dog. Why? Because it's not gonna go but so far but what you told him to do. So you destroyed his will, destroyed his hope. But he ain't even trying to escape no more, man. This is like a nigga that first get locked up and shit. You know? You get locked up, you like, damn, man, you thinking about getting out of there and shit, to the point you like, man, you know what, fuck it, I'm here, man. You know? I'm here, I'm gonna be here. Let me just do my time and I'm gonna relax. And yo, they even show you that through the levels of custody that you go through in the jail. Because at a certain point, you'll be in maximum security. Then your custody level will drop lower and lower and lower, depending on how long you've been there, to the point you're able to go to a halfway house and walk outside, and then they know you're gonna bring your black ass back, man.
God.
You know? So that's the same thing they did to us back in slavery. That's how we were destroyed, man. To the point they knew there's like, yo, these niggas is Israelites, you know? They Israelites, but we gonna fuck their whole shit up.
Oh, yeah.
4 6.
That's the spirit. From the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right, man. So that's the Lord telling you. It says our people die for the lack of knowledge, man. Now, how do they die for the lack of knowledge? First of all, you don't know who you are. You eat a whole bunch of bullshit. You know?
That's right.
You follow the ways and traditions of Esau, of Babylon, man. You know? And following that right there is just destruction, is death to all together, man. Like the 23rd Psalm talks about. It says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil, man. The valley of the shadow of death is America, man. You know? Read that one more time, Bubba. Matter of fact, he said, because you forgot the law, statutes, and commandments. You're not going to be a priest to him. So he's not just going to forget about you. He's going to forget about your children, man. You know? Yeah. So the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he's a just God, man. He's cold, man. He's straight up and down. What they say, straight up and down like 6 o'clock. There ain't no off to the left, off to the right. He's straight up and down, man. You know? Exactly.
5:59.
Exactly. Yeah. Or 5 and a couple quarters this way. You know? He's straight up and down, man. And whatever he say, he gonna do it, man. The same way, like you might have a physical father and all that shit, and he'll sit there and be like, yo, we gonna do this, that, and third. Oh, something came up. It ain't none of that with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man.
That's my man.
Yeah,
He said
cut.
we gonna work on this freezer, and I work on the freezer.
Yeah, cut. Yahweh said America's gonna be destroyed. Well, damn it. Best believe America's gonna be destroyed.
As it is written.
Exactly.
It shall come to pass.
Cut. It ain't gonna be in your time frame.
God.
You know? The niggas like, oh man, you know what, man? Well, cause I know when I first came in, I used to be hyped, man. Like, man, what the fuck is this place gonna do? I'm still like that, man. But I mean, I used to just be like, yo, man,
I'm ready for war.
what the fuck? Like to the point, and then I had to really pray, man. And be like, yo, man, I'm tripping. Why? Because it's other brothers that ain't even come in yet. Like this brother right here, man. You know? So that's how you know you have to be patient, you have to have faith, and everything is not according to our will, man. It's all according to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
That's right.
It's all according to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Is that Trump over there? On the
Yeah,
stage,
yeah,
like, damn, devil.
Man, and this shit is pop. Damn, that's one of them listening.
He just watching.
He like, yeah, I see y'all
See
niggas.
y'all over there. We preaching the truth. Telling everybody what it is.
Matter of fact, grab Ephesians 6 and 12. Man, this is what it is, man. A lot of people die for the lack of knowledge, man. And why? And what's the lack of knowledge? Because they don't know shit. And I ain't even gonna say it like, and that probably came out like proud and arrogant, and I ain't mean to come out like that. But honestly, they really don't know anything. You know, that's the reason why we out here teaching them. When they come up, we gotta, you know, like the dude came up early, he came up humbly. But you got some dudes that come up talking shit.
You said 2 and 1, right?
Ephesians 6 and 12.
6 and 12. Wow.
Nah, you good, right? But yeah, man, so that right there, now you got them dudes coming up and shit. Sloppy. They not knowing anything. You know? And then when you tell them, because this whole thing is spiritual warfare, man. So you can sit there and tell them like, yo, bro, and these niggas like, no, man, I don't believe you. Why they don't believe you? Because they hate knowledge. Like the scripture just said in Hosea 4 and 6, man. Being as though you hate knowledge, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to reject you, man. And that's a hard saying right there, man. And and your children. So it ain't just like he just gonna reject you. Nigga, your bloodline, man.
At least harking for them.
Yeah, cunt. It's cunt. Exactly.
That's the thing about Jake's out here. Our people can care less about the generation after them.
That's right, yup.
Everybody living for now.
That's right, man.
And nobody's look. You talking about a people that's against us that prepare for everything.
Cunt.
They talking when I say everything, like they prepare, and I'm not saying it's gonna work. I'm just saying that they prepare for it.
Cunt.
You know what I'm saying?
Cunt.
As far as they got stuff, what they call it, a panic room. Somebody robbed their crib, they can trap. You know what I'm saying? People run up to their crib, you can't just run up to one of their crib. They got panic rooms, cameras, probably even weapons in there. You know what I'm saying? They got the earthquake drones. You play video games, watch movies these days. They got precautions just in case like a science experiment went wild or something like that.
Yeah, yo, and that's what you're saying, like, that's what happened. And see, and furthermore, that lets you know that Esau knows what's going on, man. In their spirit, man. You know, they definitely know. That's why they making all these things, and then that's also how you know that they know their shit is over. Their rulership is coming down. The kingdom is over.
Yeah, that's fun too. That's great.
Y'all just token niggas.
Sweet.
6 and 12. From the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood,
Right.
but against principalities and powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world,
That's right, man.
against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right. So it says against the principalities and the darkness of this world, man. All right.
No, she did the
What it says, yo,
From the book of Ephesians, chapter 6,
there was a prime example with the brother going to bring out, man.
and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
That's right. So we ain't out here like that Edomite Canberra earlier talking about, well, why don't y'all do it now?
Come,
We don't wrestle against flesh and blood, my man.
come.
You know? Not right now. Go ahead, Art.
But against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
That's right, against the rulers, principalities, and the rulers of the darkness of this world. So what's the darkness? They keep you in the dark. They're not telling you everything, man. You know?
Come,
That's like they say they got a dark side.
come,
So right now they keep in the darkness. There's no light in them, man.
come.
Like the scripture said, that the spirit is not, that don't stand straight up in them, man. You know, upright. You know? So that's darkness and all that. So they're not shedding no light on the situation. Go ahead, Al.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
That's right, spiritual wickedness in high places. So what's the high places? Those high places to talk about your government. Man. I saw that shit. Yeah, that's how it is. They try to pop up on that ass.
Dang, I don't know.
And then look, when they got you're not supposed to turn, but they do it anyway.
All they do is
They
flash their
supposed
lights.
to, they supposed to uphold the law. You're not a bumper
They
law.
don't care about
No.
it.
But yeah, so you got, and that's another
wild,
one. That's spiritual in high places, man.
What's that?
Spiritual
Not
wickedness in
being
high places.
accountable?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you got the spiritual wickedness in high places. What they do, they worship the devil. Man.
Come,
They straight up sacrifice babies, you know, drink blood, skull and bone society and all that, man.
so-called Illuminati members.
Yeah, it can. Which that means Illuminati just means to illuminate, which means to shine.
Come,
So what they do, they shine in this society. Why? Because on the left-hand side, they got the power to do so.
come,
You know?
come.
But on the right-hand side, the left-hand side power is about to be completely taken over, man. It's about to be completely done away with.
Come.
You know? When Yahweh Bashim Yahshua come back to destroy this place. You know? That's why they call themselves the Illuminati. We don't got no money, but we got some knowledge for it. That's better than money.
Come.
And that's why people want dollars. You out here asking for change that's about to be that this economy is about to collapse.
That's right.
We trying to give you something that's going to last you the rest of your fucking life. That's the problem with our people, man. Sparing you change.
Come. What is that?
That's like what Paul said. He said silver and gold have I none, but he had knowledge for it. You know?
Where your shirt at?
That's the take.
That's a Jake too.
Die for the lack of knowledge. Because bitch went and catch pneumonia out this
Looking like an Edomite.
Yeah, wasn't against it, might be. You
She
know.
might be, but it's like she has like that might even Jake move.
Right.
Come outside.
But see,
At least a hoodie.
our people want to be Edomites so bad. And then our people they add more wicked than the wicked. You
Right.
know? How much you got to close out? I don't want the camera down. You got anything you want to add, man? But yeah, just for all I want to say about the spiritual wickedness in high places, because we're not ignorant to Satan's devices. So you got the everything's strapped against us, man.
Come.
Especially Jake. From the music you listen to the clothes you wear, the television shows you watch, and all that, man. You know?
I just wanted to say say what, you know what I mean? Like brother, like I like the push that brother Miyake was bringing out all day, all night. Safe and he even brought out a couple of the curses. You know, proof positive what Jake's going through these days.
Wow. I would have never read.
And you already know we're here with the current events. You know, but all I want to say is Kamadara. When it says Kamadara, come out of Babylon. You know? So I just want to tell everybody to wake up and come out of Babylon. You know, forget this place. And forget this society. Come back to these laws of the Most High and who you are and your heritage. You know, like, I'm straight with that.
That all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the Apostle Elders of Great Millstone. Honors and salutations to our sincere Akim on the four corners of the